Todd Anderson, the league leader in wins, preparing to take the hill. Can the ace deliver another gem in this one? It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Back here in Boston, and towing the slab in this one, Todd Anderson. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of, tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Jarren Duran, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Anderson, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, a slurve, and he occasionally uses a curve. And he deals. Out to short. On the run, sends it over to first. Nicely done for the out.
Batting second, the shortstop, Henderson.
Now it's the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. He's a left-handed batter who still comes up with good contact and a good average against left-handed pitchers. All right, so you hit lefty. What makes it so hard to face a left-handed pitcher?
Left-handers, they just seem to have different arm angles. So to keep that front shoulder in there and really discipline yourself can be tough sometimes. But the guys that do it well, man, I tip my cap to them every day.
Steps on first for the out. Now it's Devers at the plate.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization, who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
And that one ripped into right, and an automatic double now as it hops the wall and foul ground.
Well, this tends to happen more often in this park than others, and that short fence is just so inviting for hitters. You see a lot of balls bounce over for an automatic double when no one can run it down.
So runner at second, 2 down. Tyler Soderstrom getting ready to hit. First pitch misses.
Well, you always want to come out in the first inning, try to put something up on the board. It's a big 2-out double right there. See if the cleanup man can drive him in and put a tally up there on the board.
There's the strike.
Well, he's realizing out there on the mound that he's got to settle in pretty quickly or else he's going to get hit hard in this first inning.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Just missed.
And the strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
And that's downstairs. 3-2 now. Christian Campbell in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
And we're back here at Fenway Park. Now here is Christian Campbell. Anderson back to work. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
That is good. That designated hitter.
Yeah, the batter now, Chase DeLauder. DeLauder launched a homer in his most recent game. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Campbell gets his lead at first with nobody out.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Now snap throw to first. Campbell dives back in safely.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. To short, could be two. To second for one, and it's over his head. But no one moves up as it's backed up nicely there.
Well, every double play turn starts with getting one, and even though these players work on these plays during batting practice over and over again, sometimes at game speed you can still mess it up. Could have been 2 outs. Instead, they get nothing.
First and second, no outs. Warren, the next to hit. Swing and a miss, strike one.
There's an opportunity to do some damage, but you've got to be selective. Make sure you get a pitch that you can handle.
Ground ball to the middle, that's a base hit. Heading for the plate. He'll score easily.
Well, back within one as he brings home the run. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
So stepping in for Boston, Logan O'Hoppe.
It's early, but these at-bats can impact the game just as much as they do later. Here's a chance to set the tone early for your team.
O'Hoppe with just one more homer to reach the 200 career mark.
You know, we usually talk about bigger numbers when it comes to homers, but only about 400 major leaguers have ever hit 200 round trippers in their careers. He's putting himself in great company.
Outside low, 1-0.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there in the mound.
The 1-1. Fought off foul. The 1-2. On the ground, 2-ball. Volpe at second for 1 and 2. In time to first for the double play.
That was a much needed double play right there. It gives them a really good shot at minimizing any further damage in this inning.
Now, Cedar Rafaela. So after the double play, he's trying to pick up his teammate and tie this game. On the ground, right side, down the line, and it's foul. Just missed.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour.
2 strikes.
Two now. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Casilla collects, fires to first, and it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. But they push across 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left. We played 2 full. It's the Orioles 2 and the Red Sox 1. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. First offering, and it just misses. Duran measures 6 feet 2 inches, 205 pounds, and he's a former Gold Glover in the American League. Foul ball there. Headed towards the corner, and that's a foul ball. Good eye in that spot.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Goes down looking.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Henderson in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1.
No strikes.
1 out, base is empty. The shortstop takes the ball.
Ball 3.
That one in triple digits.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
Count full.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. Leaps at the wall, but can't hold it in. He's in at second with a one-out double.
Well, this one started with a bad jump, a bad read off of the bat. He ends up having to try to leap out of desperation, can't come down with it, and it turned into extra bases.
And it's Rafael Devers in the box. Doubled his first time. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Misses outside. Ball one. Yeah, that's fouled off. And a 1-2. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Got him. Two gone after the strikeout. And the runner stays where he is. So digging in, Tyler Soderstrom. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. And now they're out front. It's 3-2. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? But a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
So two down. Christian Campbell will hit next. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That one is absolutely belted back there. And an automatic double as it hops the fence.
That was loud contact and a no doubt double off the bat. I didn't know it was going to land in the bullpen though, and he's really improving his accuracy out there. It's almost like he tried to do it.
Next is the designated hitter, Chase DeLauder. He's 0 for 1. And a breaking ball misses outside. Swings and sends a rocket to right. Carroll makes the catch, and that ends the inning. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On to inning number 4. It's the Red Sox 3 and the Orioles 2. Let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year.
The right fielder, Jackson Warren.
And that misses. And it's 1-0.
You know, these Red Sox showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
there's a foul ball.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in, and he's out.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
And stepping in for Boston, Logan O'Hoppe.
His next home run will be the 200th in his career. It would be pretty cool to see it right here.
And takes low for ball one. You know, Singy, they talk about Red Sox Nation, but there is something to that because the Boston Red Sox aren't just about Boston or Massachusetts. It's that whole New England area. So you're talking about Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Northern Connecticut. There's a whole segment of the country that is locked in on the Boston Red Sox pitch to pitch throughout the summer. There's a strike.
They travel really well, and I think Red Sox fans are sprinkled all over the country. So, Boog, you went to college in this town. What was it like for you being a college student and having the opportunity to bounce over here to Fenway Park and see some games?
Yeah, in fact, 1990, a couple of college classmates and I, we were in college. We bought standing room tickets, and then the next night got a chance to see the Red Sox clinch the East against the White Sox in that sliding catch in the corner by Tom Brudansky. The Red Sox would end up losing to the Oakland A's in the playoffs, but that's one of the things that I'll think about in terms of memories from going to college and going to Fenway. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Stepping in, Ceddanne Rafaela. He's 0 for 1. Inside corner for a strike. Rafaela working through some struggles lately. Swing and he breaks his bat. Slings to first, third out. 1 hit in the inning, but nothing more than that. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Red Sox 3 and the Orioles 2. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Jarren Duran. Anderson back to work. And that's outside. Next offering is in for a strike.
I got a ball, 1 strike. Nope, that's a ball.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And the batter will be the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. 1 for 2. Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 1. All tied up. Last half of inning number 5. That's to third. Jump throw. On the money. Nice play.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
And here is Devers. Breaking ball through there for a strike. Two outs. On the corner for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first two pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Good eye right there. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. So they make short work of him there. 5 innings complete. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Jose Alvarado. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Jose Alvarado.
Anderson struck out 7 over 5 innings of action.
Not his best showing on the mound, and they didn't do enough offensively to overcome his start. I'm sure he wants to do better next time out.